Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Technology Explore. My name is Usman Chaudhary and today in this video I'm going to tell you how you can use SolidWorks for CNC machining. So first of all I have to show you something that after installing the SolidWorks 2018 or any version, you have to install HSM Express 2019 SolidWorks and Inventor. So this software could be found on Google. In this video I'm going to show you CNC machining from beginning. So after starting from new part in SolidWorks, let me build something. So on front plane, let's say a rectangle, and then define it. So basically this would be a very simple part for CNC machining. So the length of the rectangle is 100 millimeter and width should be let's say 40 millimeter. Then we have to extrude it up to 40 millimeter or maybe 20 millimeter. So 20 millimeter is okay. So now let me make some holes, counterbored holes. So for that I use hole wizard command here, and then select this type of hole, legacy hole, and in the type select counter board. Here are the dimensions. So the bore diameter should be, let's say, 15 millimeter, depth up to all or through all. Then counter bore diameter, let's say 30 millimeter, and the depth for counter bore should be 5 millimeter. So then click on the positions tab, and in the positions tab select the face where you want to add those holes. I'm going to select this face, so one hole here and one here. Then Ctrl+8 key from your keyboard for normal to view orientation, and then press escape button and make some relations. Let's say I'm going to make the holes just in the mid. Then select make horizontal. Similarly select a center line and draw between these 2 points. Then select the midpoint and this midpoint, make their relation vertical. Now define the distance between them, let's say 55 or 55 millimeter, and press OK button to create. So this type of thing we have designed in SolidWorks, and now we are going to generate its G code for CNC machining. So as I told you that when you install this HSM Express 2019 in your PC, then after that you have to right click here on sketch or feature, and then from here select cam, not SolidWorks cam but only cam tab. So after that when you open this cam tab, you will find some options here. In CNC machining, first of all we have to define the job, what we are going to do. So for that select job. As soon as you select the job button, you will see these options in the left side. So in the type select the what type of job or machining you are going to do. So at this time I am going to do milling. Then for model, this whole complete thing we are going to make. Then scroll down. Here is the stock options. Stock is basically a raw material from which this part will be manufactured. So select the type of the stock. You can select one of these options. I can also select relative size box. So in this option I have to select add stock in to all sides. So these are the options you have to check by yourself in detail. So sides, I'm going to offset the stock 5 plus 5 millimeter, 5 millimeter this side and 5 this side, also 5 millimeters for both these sides. And as far as top and bottom is concerned, I'm going to select for only top side, let's say 5 millimeter or 2 millimeter. Then again scroll down, and here is the WCS work coordinate system. So this work coordinate system will define where the origin will be located, how you will start machining your part, and the direction of axis. So currently if you can see X plus, X negative, and similarly Y plus and Y negative on this side, and for Z axis this is Z axis. I have to change the position of origin from the center to this corner. For that I have to drop down this option, and from here I have to select top corner 1. So here you can see, and if I select top corner 2, you can see origin is now here. So basically the this is the position from where the CNC machine will start working, or we can also say the this is the home position of the CNC machine. So scroll down, and now we have to press OK button. So this is the stock, and inside it we can see the part we are going to manufacture. Next step is defining the processes or machining strategies. So for that, first of all I will apply facing operation on this face. So for that, click on this arrow below the 2D milling, and from here select face. So this would be the first operation, and first of all it asks us to define the tool. So for tool, currently you can see there is no tool. So click on library, and here in library you can either choose one of these pre-installed tools, or you can create your own. So I'm going to create new tool. Click on new mill tool, and number of tools is 1. Coolant, define the coolant of your machine. So I'm going to disable coolant because in my CNC machine there is no coolant. Material and rest of the things. Then cutter. So we can do multiple operations by different mill tools. Basically we can also use this face mill for facing operation, but at this moment let's say I don't have the face mill tool, so I have to change the tool type, and from here I'm going to select flat mill. Here is the diameter of the tool. It is 3 millimeter. Then shoulder length, you can see length from this point up to this point, it is the shoulder length, and this is the flute length from here up to here. So flute length, let's say 15 millimeter, shoulder length let's say 20 millimeter, and the shaft diameter is also 3 millimeter. Body length 26 millimeter and overall length 32 millimeter. Then leave shaft holder geometry and directly jump into feed and speed. First of all we have to define the spindle speed, 10,000 RPM. It depends upon the specification of your CNC machine, the spindle speed. Then the number of fluids, the quantity of these fluids. This is called fluid. So we have to define the quantity or number of fluids, and it is 4. Then feed rate. This cutting feed rate is also depends on the specification of your CNC machine. For mine, it's very small CNC machine, so I'm going to select 300 millimeters per minute. Then this is the plunge feed rate. Plunge feed rate is basically a speed at which the tool penetrates into the material. So you can Google it for details. What is plunge feed rate? For plunge feed rate, I'm going to select or leave 100 millimeters per minute. Then direction, spindle rotation, clockwise. Press OK button. Now select this tool. Here you can see all the specifications are according to the tool or we have selected or created recently. Now the geometry. Geometry is basically we have to tell the SolidWorks here what we are going to face. So we are going to face this face. So here you can see geometry has been selected, and then these are the heights. For these heights, I'm going to select the retract height or clearance height. It should be 5 millimeter. Then feed height 0 millimeter. Then we have passes option here. First of all, this is tolerance. Then this is step over. Step over is basically a distance between one cut and the another. So if I hover my mouse, here you can see the details. What is step over? You can see this is the very plus point of HSM Express, because it tells you what you are going to do or what you are going to select. So for 3 mm end mill cutter, we have to select 1.5 millimeter step over, and this step over is also depending upon the speed of machine or power of the machine or specification. So for now I'm going to select 1.5 millimeter. Then this is the angle or cut direction. So next we have the pass extension. It means that when machine reaches this end position, after that if you select instead of 1 millimeter, let's say it's 2 millimeter, which means that after reaching here, instead of finishing the process, machine will do another cut of 2 millimeter, which will be away from or far from this end line, like here. Then we have this option, multiple depths. So if you remember, I have selected 5 millimeter offset from top side. The I'm talking about the stock. It was 5 millimeter offset. So if I uncheck multiple depths, the tool will directly penetrate into the stock up to 5 millimeter and then will start cutting this material. So this would be dangerous for the CNC machine. It will break the tool. I have to select multiple depths. So let's say 0.5 millimeter multiple depth. Next we have the direction option. Here we have to define how our machine will cut the material. For now I'm going to select conventional milling. Then we have this option, linkage, and keep tool down. We have to type here 5 millimeter, then press OK button. So here you can see the system is calculating. So now it's done. Next step, to verify whether this we have done this correctly or not, we can simulate this process. For that, click on face and then select simulate. These are the options for simulate. If you want to see how the tool will work, you have to check this option. If I uncheck, the tool will be hidden. Similarly for tool path, show tool path or unhide. And then we have this option, show stock. Now we can do simulation by playing this button. This is the speed of the simulation. This is the timeline. So you can see there is no red dot or red line in the timeline. If there would be a red line, which means that there is something went wrong with the process. So press OK button, and next step is that we have to create these holes, one and one here. So the process of withdrawing or digging material like this in SolidWorks or CAD/CAM is called pocket making. So for that I am again going to click on this arrow below the 2D milling, and from here I am going to select 2D pocket. So here first of all it will ask you to define the tool or select the tool. So the tool which we used for face operation is also selected here. Then we have to define the geometry. Click on geometry tab and then select this pocket and also this pocket, or you can also select this circle and this circle. Then go to heights tab and 5 millimeter, this clearance height, or retract height, also select 5 millimeter, and then feed height 0 millimeter, and leave the rest of the things as they are. Then for passes, first of all the tolerance, and then step over 1.5 millimeter, scroll down and stock to leave. So I'm going to uncheck this option. I want these dimensions precisely. Then from here I must have to select the multiple tabs, and cut per depth should be 0.5 mm, and then I have to click on linkage or linking, then rapid retract, skip tool down 10 mm, and then scroll down. Here is the ramping. So ramping is basically the strategy how the tool will penetrate into the raw material or stock. If I hover the mouse here, you can see the type of ramps. For now I'm going to select helix, and helix angle is 2 degree, and then this is the step down ramping, step down 0.5 mm, and then this is the ramp clearance height, and it is, let me show you, the machine will start, this is the distance. So at this time as you can see it is 2.5 mm, so it means that machine will start ramping 2.5 mm away from the stock. So let's say it will start from here, let's say it's if 2.5 mm. So I'm going to select 0.5 mm. Then this is the diameter of helical ramp, it should be 6 millimeter. Then we don't have entry positions, and also we don't have pre-drilled positions. Now simply press OK button. So next operation is that we have to create this hole and this hole. So if you have the exact this diameter drill, you can use the drill operation. But if you want to do this operation with the same tool, I mean 3 mm flat mill, you can use again 2D pocket. So the tool is defined, then hide the geometry, select this circle and this circle, and then on the heights select the heights 5 mm, 50 mm feed height, and then click on passes option here, and in the passes option this is the step over, 1.5 mm. Then multiple depths, check this option, and depth per cut 0.5 mm. And then strategy of machining, both ways, no, uncheck this option. Leave to stock, uncheck this option also. And then click on linking option here, and this should be 10 mm lead in entry. And then for ramping, angle is 2 degree. The step down per cut 0.5 mm for helix, and the ramp clearance height should be also 0.5 mm, and the diameter of the helix 6 mm. So the details of this operations are also added. Press OK button to create this operation. So now before going further, select this job folder and then select simulate. So by doing so, the whole process will be simulated. Uncheck toolbox, toolpath, show stock, and then play. The whole process you can see. So now we have done all the operations for the milling of this part. Next step is that we have to save these operations as a G code for CNC milling. For that, click on job folder here and then select post process. So in the post process, first of all we have to define the name of our G code here. So name this G code C board part, and then here we have to select the type of the processor for CNC machining. You will find the type of post processor in the operational manual of your CNC machine. So for mine it's GRBL controller here. Then click on post option here and define the save location and select save. So here is the G code for the CNC machining to manufacture this part. Now it depends upon the type of CNC machine how you will feed this this NC file into your machine. Some machines are directly connected with the PC and you have to run the software of those machines on the PC, and then you have to import this NC file format into that software to run your CNC machines. But in some other machines we have to save this NC file in the USB or memory card or SD card, and then we have to feed that USB or SD card into the machines. So as far as my CNC machine is concerned, I am using the GRBL controller. So for GRBL controller we simply have to click and drag the G code file into that software, or we have to open or import this G code file in the software. So if you can see, this is the tool path of our part, and if I connect my CNC machine with my PC, then the status will be showed here idle, and then this option send will be turned on. So I just have to press this send button to start or initiate CNC machining. I hope you have enjoyed and learned from this video, and if you liked this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. Thanks for watching and sparing time.